This is kind of a strange one, but CDPR tweeted some stupid ass comment about one of the other games that they fixed something or something like that, and I commented like, who gives a shit? You've been ripping me off for months and months and months. Try giving me the game I bought. But this is, I thought, to get myself mind off the idiots on Twitter that are defending it. It's like, oh, we've got to defend these criminals. To get my mind off those morons, I thought I'd point out some really good features in Watchdog Legion. A lot of people have been putting videos on YouTube pointing out some really cool features or touches in like Grand Theft Auto 5, like when you break into a car, like if you shoot the window, it cracks, and when you shut the door, the glass breaks out. Those kind of things. So I thought I'd point that out. The first one here, I'm going to be as a police officer, just so you can. Actually, is there a high enough wall? Well, that might be high enough. This is. Can I? No? There we go. Is it gonna let me? There we go. Oh, because my character's still turned sideways. Need her pointing this. Point the spider bot. Point this. Point this. Point this. Point this. Oh my god, okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, so you're not going to be able to see it. Actually, if I use the camera, you might be able to see it. What, you going away? Oh yeah, photo mode, that'll work. No, you can't get in close enough. So it's going to have to be the camera. And then go to front facing camera. Oh yeah, you can kind of make it out there. The things on the chest, it does indicate labelings, you know, like if you're doing a particular thing. I believe it changes depending on the situation. I haven't stopped and actually looked to see exactly what it says, but I thought the fact that they don't have to do any of that sort of details, but they are. But those kind of little features are all over the place, like on the taxis, the rear, the advertisements are actual advertisements and stuff like that. So if I pull the spider bot away, I said put the spider bot away, thank you. Same with these things, if I grab that, bring it down. The little screens on that. I don't know whether it actually says anything or not. If you shut them down, it says one thing on the screen. If you're just flying around, it does another. See, there it is. It's like the blue screen, the diagnosis screen. If you're on the PC, you might be able to see it and see if it actually says anything. But they're just little things like Grand Theft Auto does similar. But people defend Cyberpunk, and yet they can't even do that without lagging the game. But a really good feature I like is right now I'm a police officer. If you haven't played Watchdog Legion, there's the three main groups. There's the Kelly clan, the enforcement agencies like the police force, and then there's the Albion, which is the militarized enforcements, the baddies in the game. If you walk around as a police officer, you'll hear a lot of the thank yous. Oh, that you've got a thankless job and stuff like that. I'll walk around and I'll be quiet so you can hear them. See, so they're all like positive remarks. But then if you come into your thing, for example, if I choose an Albion officer, which is the in brackets bad guys, and I walk the same route, you'll get a lot of their, like they'll spit at you or stuff like that. So I'll be quiet and I'll walk the similar path so you can hear what they say.
You shut up! All of you! What are you playing on? Eat shit, pig! This is why I don't go outside.
So as you heard, those are more like the last one, eat shit, you pig. Like, you don't get that as the cop, but you do get it as the Albion. And if I switch over to the Kelly clan, which I have this one here, you'll get even more. You get different statements yet again.
I hope you're not doing anything important. You've been activated.
Bags, this is the face of someone in high demand. The streets is watching, yeah?
Why don't you do something better with your life?
My predictive subroutines detect an imminent threat in this area. Stick around. Your services may be needed.
I'm not getting many conversation markers.
Oh, nicely done! Whoa! Yeah, of course. You correct.
Well, yeah, I got you prick. Why don't you do something better with your life? That sort of comments. And that's just on the
a living statue could observe
the
all
uniform you've
sorts
got
of
on
things.
is what
I suppose
causes it.
DedSec could always get
If
into
I ran
busking.
around without
I
the
can think
uniform
of
on,
worse
you
side
wouldn't
hustles.
necessarily get the comments because it's the uniform that they're talking about. Another cool thing that I've noticed, but I've never actually really gone in close to find out, is if I can find a nice close spot, say here. I don't know whether it's going to let me do this or not. If I now go...
We may have an intruder.
Okay, now I need a news drone. Ideally I need a news drone. That's a chase drone, that's going to work. The reason I'm looking for a news drone is for the camera. It's got a camera on it. Actually, do I have an operator that's got the news drone? I think I do. No, I don't. I've been looking for one, but all the ones I've found have just had the one ability. Chase drone, that'll be a chase drone as well. got one had like a chase drone, but it wasn't a chase drone. It was a, what they call it, and it didn't shoot like the chase drone's done. So it's like, okay, don't want it, so I got rid of her. Okay, drones, get off track. Maybe a chase. Yeah. The news drones look similar to chase drones, but don't have the big light on them. Counterterrorism? No, that's the other one. Riot. Chase. That's a chase. See how bright the light is? That's how you know it's a chase drone. That's a counterterrorism. No, that's a riot. Counterterrorism, that one. That's a bloom. There's got to be one here somewhere. It's chase. Bloom. What I'm trying to do is, because when you hack something, like for example if I hack that one and go hijack, the character pulls their phone out. And, oh yeah, this is with the camera in it too, okay. And I was just going to check, if I'm getting close enough, on what's actually on the screen. Okay, some sort of number? But you can actually see the screen. So when you're using your spider bot and stuff like that, that little screen actually does show what your character's doing. When you bring up certain apps, it looks like it actually brings up the apps. Challenges. Okay. Still got 7 minutes before the challenges change over. Again, I'm not doing the weeklies anymore because they're only giving me the stars, which helps you level up, and I'm already full level anyway. And with that one there, if it wasn't complete city events, if it was something else, I might have done it. And then there's the photograph. When it changes over, there's usually a photograph something, and then it'll be like complete city event, do 2 co-op missions or something like that. The little A on the windshields there, if it's lit up, it means it's auto drive. So all those 3 are auto drive. Let's swap characters over. Let's grab out. Yeah, we'll pull him out for now. The stream I done where I was talking about is Aiden Pierce and Wrench worth it. Is the DLC worth it?
Welcome to Dead
Not so much
We are just thrilled
Wrench.
to have you.
He does have a really cool drone, but they've made it when you put Wrench away, his drone does not stay out. His drone gets put away as well, which sucks. If your character's got a personal vehicle and they pull it out and you swap characters, their car stays there for a little while. Until you drive away, or it goes into auto drive and drives away itself, it stays there. But Wrench's drone doesn't do that. So you can't, for example, pull Wrench out, call his drone out, because it's easy twice as fast as a standard construction drone. You can't call his drone out, bring it down to next to you, swap characters and use his drone on a good character. Because to be honest, Wrench as a character isn't that good. He's got his assault rifle. It's not bad, but it's not good. Everything else about him, like his little hammer and stuff like that, they're rubbish. No doubt they'll have the use, like especially in close quarter combat, but in general fights, they're not real good. Whereas Aiden Pierce, he has the arsenal. He has the lots of guns. So as you come across, go to here, for example, like this rifle, he's got. You can use the LMG. You can use the auto rifle. He's got the pistol. He's got an AK. He's got a shotgun, Desert Eagle, revolver. That one, like a lot of these, like I think that one there is because he can use his rifle. Means he can use the other rifles that I've collected. So he can use quite a good range of guns, and I don't classify that as guns. Those aren't guns. They're because they're taser weapons. There's also one further up here, and that one. Thing to note is that one is a taser assault rifle. Most of the other characters that can use the assault rifles cannot use the taser one. You have to find one that has the taser rifle ability, whereas Aiden has the rifle ability but can use the taser rifle. They don't get any extra special gadgets, so they're no good in that aspect, but the system crash and the Aiden's arsenal are the best two features of Aiden. The slow-mo thing, it helps, but it's not that good, and the gunsling is not so good, but it helps. The gunslinger one is when you do a reload. Let's walk away from that thing, and I'll pull out my gun. If I shoot, and then do a reload, I get the little half circle thing underneath. If I shoot, reload, and hit it, oops, wrong button. I done it just the right time, so right now, it does extra damage until it wears off. The little flame thing on the end of his pistol is indicating that it's got the buff. So, I don't worry, buddy. So that's how that works, and it can be, especially in a big gunfight, if you manage to pull off a reload, it can turn out good, but unless you're in a gunfight, it's not much use. They do have the spidey sensors like in GTA, but you can rope-a-dope them in this, whereas you can't on GTA. You've just got to stay undetected, like line of sight detected, for a certain length of time, and they give up. So you can just back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Whereas within GTA, you have to be a certain distance away before you can even lose them. That's where this game is better. They'll go looking for you. They'll know where you are. Like their AI knows where you are, but because they can't physically see you, they give up. The shutdown thing, like for example, if you're coming into here and you've got it equipped, I can just come charging into here and just hit the button, and everything activates. So anything that can be hacked gets hacked within a certain radius. So the people will be disrupted. The little devices will be switched state. So if they were down, they'll go up. If they're up, they'll go down. That sort of thing. Doors open if they're shut, and shut if they're open. It takes a while to recharge. I pointed out. Oh, she's got a news drone. Okay. This is how I do it. I'll add someone to my list. Go in here. We'll go. Okay. News drone, light step, berserk. All three of those aren't bad. A gun would be nice, and a vehicle would be nice. Relatively young. Not a freak looking. She's a usable. That one, all she does is earns you money. But I've currently got that character there, which has the thief takedown. So I can just, as I take someone down, I earn money, and I find that better than that one. But if you get yourself a living statue, the cool feature is if you literally have to go have your dinner, go to the toilet or whatever, pull out this character and have them busk. Have them stand there doing the statue. You'll earn 5 credits every now and then from passerbyers. You have to be in an area with people in there, like this area here, there's people walking past. If you're in the middle of nowhere and there's no people around you, you won't earn any money. But as people walking past, you'll earn money, which is pretty cool. Hey viewer. Another police officer. Okay, how long have we got for the challenges? They've reset. Okay, we've got the take down the 3 captains and complete spider bot matches. I've shown how to do the captain's thing before, so I could show you again, but I don't really want to have to be showing the same thing over and over again, so I'm not going to bother with it. Aiden runs a bit like a freak, but it's alright. He's supposed to be an old man, I think. Oop, wrong button. Wrong button. Should wait, there we go. Photo mode can be handy, but unlike in Cyberpunk, it doesn't freeze the world. So as you can see, Aiden is still moving. You can, like as you see down the bottom, you get your tilts and stuff. You can do all that sort of stuff. There's not as many filters. Like if you bring up L3, there's the stickers, so you can add your stickers. And then you've got your filters, which are your colours. And you've got your adjustments, so you can make it look really bright, really dark. If I, let's turn that back up so it's stable. Cold, otherwise hot. It just means more yellow or more white. Tint, how intense the tint is, I suppose. Saturation, how intense the colours that are in there are. The contrast is literally like contrast. High contrast is obviously the blacks are blacker, the whites are whiter. Low contrast is everything is closer to the same colour. Then we've got effects. If I back out and then come back in, that'll reset the filters. Depth of field. So as you look, like everything's blurry, and if you look at the thing, look down at the bottom there, it's got R3 for focus. Click R3, it focuses on the center of the screen, the cursor. So he's clear, everything else is blurry. Chromatic aberration is VHS, the color. With the old TVs, with the tubes, you'd have the different colors are right next to each other. LCDs are the same, but it's not as noticeable. And if you look closely to it, you can see like the red, blue, green. And this is kind of separating them, if it makes any sense. The vignette is obviously the shadows around the edges, as you can see, like old photographs type thing. Film grain is film grain, like, you know, the dots. Did I do all of them? I think I've done all of them. Yes, I've done all of them. These are preset, like olden days, sun shower, royal vibes, night drive, just presets of that sort, like an old movie filter type thing. And then it's your stickers, obviously. But when it comes to screen photo modes, it's quite good. It's could be better, to be honest, but without being a full-on editing program, it's like normal everyday people can do it and they can come up with half decent pictures, so it's quite good. All the license plates are different. The detail on the car is quite good. Like if I go into, for example, photo mode here, you can see the rust. Obviously, if you're on the next gens, like PS5 or Xbox Series X, when they bring that extra version out, you'll get the more detail, like the 4K textures, that sort of shit. I believe PC already has it. Parts of the car are very, very well destructible, unlike Cyberpunk. So you don't get the weird, you know, slamming into a wall and have no damage done. When you do a GPS drive, so if I bring up the map, let's place a marker, for example, here somewhere. Okay, drive.
Now enabled.
And then if you bring up, I won't let you. And if you look, just look in the window, it's a little hard to see. Your character sits there on the phone, which I thought was a pretty cool touch. Your character's not sitting there still driving, even though you put auto drive on. I have noticed that half the time when I'm doing auto drive, I'll look over and hang on a second, why isn't the A lit up? I don't know whether it's a bug or what. Like if I grab a different vehicle, for example, because the A is there, I think. Yeah, it's there. You can see the A there, but it wasn't lit up, even though I had it on auto drive. Whereas NPCs, when they're on auto drive, see, it doesn't light up. So I don't know whether that's a bug or not. So Ubisoft, is that an oversight? It could be the fact that these are ruined cars. I think is that a good car?
Auto drive now disabled.
Oh, it looks shiny, very shiny. Looks almost chrome. No, that's rusty as well. Motorbikes don't seem to have auto drive, which I suppose makes sense. But yeah, I see them driving around in auto drive. Oh yeah, this is a newer one. Let's jump into this one.
Auto drive
Yeah,
now
so that one didn't light up either. All the traffic obeys the traffic laws, like GTA and everything like that. The AI driving into you while you're on the road, it's no one in the world is a Cyberpunk. It's like they do have some AI, they're just not as cluey as GTA. So for example, if I
auto drive now disabled.
get rid of the GPS. So it'll do the old Cyberpunk thing where it'll just stop there and just won't go around you. And that character got out. She'll come and abuse me, tell me to get out of the fucking way, and jump back in the car. And if I'm not mistaken, she'll try and go around now. No, she's just follow on me. Whereas unlike Cyberpunk, where they just sit there and do nothing. But GTA does have a slightly bit on because they go around you. But in this one, you're not driving down the road and they pull in front of you. If you're in auto drive, the cars indicate. So if I jump back into this car, pull out the thing, we'll add a location that requires the car to turn. Let's get in front of the bus.
Auto drive now enabled.
This intersection here, it should turn. Oh, this one's gonna be hard to see, isn't it? Wait, it didn't indicate. Oh, yes, it did. It was around the side. That's kind of stupid. How are you supposed to see that? See it around the side there? It's indicating. Don't know how he's supposed to see that from behind. It's a bad design on a car, isn't it? But they do indicate. I haven't seen many cars have the issue of the wheels poking through the bodywork. You know, in Grand Theft Auto you get it a lot. I know Cyberpunk up, it's not like
You have reached your
if the car's
destination.
turning, you get the tires will clip into the bodywork, or if the suspension's compressed, the tire will poke out through the top. I've seen that a fair bit on GTA. I've not seen it on this game unless the car is glitching out. So yeah. Well, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to go do my objective, which is just 3 captains. But just a quick little discussion on what I find cool about Watchdog Legion. Again, the best game in the last couple of years when it comes to open city games. As I said in the why it's the best open city game. Again, can't call it open world because the world isn't open, just the city is. The only gripe I've got with Watch Dogs Legion when it comes to the world is there's not enough interiors. But it's the same with Grand Theft Auto and all those kind of games. There's never enough interiors. Whereas if I was developing the game, like every one of these doors would go somewhere. Even if it's like Grand Theft Auto do with their interiors of the apartments you own, if they're all just the same interior, but maybe change the colour of the wallpaper, change the layout of the furniture or something like that, that would be cool. So for example, if you go into here, there'd be a hallway, and each door would have one of 4 variations of interiors. That's how I would set it up. But obviously, that would require more processing. So you obviously do some. I'll run through what I would test or theories I would use to do it. Unlike CD Projekt, who don't do these sort of things, they just throw out a load of garbage, admit their load of garbage is incorrect, and say that they're not going to correct it anyway. But like, you could walk up to the door and the door would open and it'd be a load screen or something like that. That would be better than not having any interiors. And if they wanted to, they didn't have to do every door, but just, I don't know, some of the office buildings and that sort of stuff, some of the shops, because the stores, you can't go into the stores, you literally just walk to the front door and there's an icon, you click on the icon and it's like, there you go.
Since you're a drone expert, looks like they have some
shock
pretty
drone.
high-end tech.
That's what the other one is, a shock drone. Okay, I might get rid of her. Just want to stick her in, because I don't think I've got a drone expert. Now the problem is, every time I get one, I don't like the way they talk.
Excuse me.
Okay, she sounds normal. No, see, that didn't sound normal. I wish you could have a I wish you could have a conversation with them to figure out what they sound like and everything, because you don't hear it very often, but when they're talking, sometimes you'll hear the voice. That voice does not suit that character. MP. Silence MP5. Okay. She didn't use drone as well. Shorter and not that good of. But definitely the best feature of the game is this. Play as anyone. Again, I do wish you could edit them, like a proper customization. Even if it's not so much everyone you hire. Even if it's just your original character. So when you first start the game, they give you a selection of would you like to be male or female, and you can customize that character. That would be cool. And then if they let you choose, you can choose a certain number of points worth of things. So like, where are we? Like that one there is 4 influence. So if you turn around, if they turn around to the right, you can have up to 15 influence on your first character. and you can choose the abilities you want on that character. So for example, Berserk, a gun and a car, and if that equals 15 you can have it. So that would be ideal, that would be perfect. So you could choose male, female, which color, what colored skin, what voice they have, their starter outfit, what abilities they've got, up to a certain amount of influence, and their name. If you could choose all them, and then choose them and have that as your first character, that would be ideal. Like I've gotten rid of, go into my team, go all the way at the top. My first character was I can't remember what he was online, but in story mode it was I think it was a stripper or something. No, a model. It was a model, and on this one he was on a banker or something. It's like, because there was no good ones to select from. So it's like, if that we could make our own first character, that would be ideal. And then every other one after that is the same as what you do here. So for example, like I would choose, come all the way down the bottom, I think she's got it. See if I can find one that's... there, that one. She's got Berserker and the rifle. So I'll choose those two and a car. And then obviously create a character. That would be ideal. Okay, well I'm going to call it. Everyone stay safe, look after each other, and I'll catch you next time.